There we go.
Oh, okay.
Hi, everybody. We potentially could be having connection issues. We don't actually know, so please give us a thumbs up or a hearts to let us know that you're here. I'm Dr. Heather with the Junk You Should Know show, and I have my good friend here with me, Derek Decater of Decater Performance in Issaquah Falls City, or Issaquah Preston. And guess what? We have a new sponsor for the Junk You Should Know show. I'm super excited to announce that the Change Cave is now going to be sponsoring the Junk You Should Know show. And the Change Cave is an online membership program. It's a wellness program, a 12-module learning institute with live mindset seminars and weekly emails. And the best part is a super interactive Facebook group of fierce, like-minded individuals, all targeting their best potential in wellness. So again, let me know that you're here. Check in when you can. We are going to be talking about keeping it simple today, aren't we, Derek?
Yep.
Okay, let me introduce Derek. Derek owns Decater Performance, and it is 7 years old now, 6.5?
Yeah.
Okay, something like that.
Something like that.
Hi, whoever just
7.
checked in. And Derek has a long history in athletics, both personally and professionally. So I want you to tell us a little bit about your personal journey.
Okay.
And come in just a little closer. And personal journey, and then how that translated into your professional journey.
Okay. Baseball. It was baseball my whole life. So I played in high school and ended up going and playing baseball in college. That's kind of where all this started initially. So I had three shoulder surgeries in 3 summers. The shoulder surgeries led to some bad backs, and then my hamstring.
Okay.
All of these injuries basically led me down the path to kind of where I am at now and wanting to learn about what was happening. Because as I sit here now and I look back, I can kind of see those dominoes starting to fall and my body's starting to break down. So it's the things that I look for now in other people, that they come in, they say it's just a little thing here and there.
Yeah.
I say, well, okay, that's true, but let's look deeper.
Yeah, and from a chiropractic standpoint, this is super consistent, because very often people are like, well, I was in a car accident 2 years ago, but I didn't have any injuries, but now my neck and my jaw are killing me. I can't imagine why that is.
Yeah.
And so things are always connected that way, and we have to be very body aware to be paying attention to those things. And I think what you're saying is that what started for you as a shoulder injury, then you thought low back was a separate issue, hamstring was a separate issue, but what you're realizing with your expertise now is it was likely all connected. Is that right?
I think it's always all connected.
I do too. Yeah. I'm glad we have that in common. Okay, so again, we're talking about keeping it simple today, and a big part of why people fall off the wagon is because their workouts become complicated, it's too overwhelming, I don't know what to do. So talk to me from a trainer's perspective of how you simplify it for clients.
Yes. The first thing that we do in terms of simplicity is clarifying goals. Too often, I think a lot of people come in and they don't necessarily understand their goal, and so we kind of help people break it up. Is this a health goal? Is this a physique goal? I want to look a certain way, which isn't health, by the way.
Let's be clear.
So, or is it a performance goal? I want to run a marathon. I want to hike this. I want to, run X fast, jump so high. Okay. So what is the goal? Because with that goal, we automatically get some clarity and we can simplify from there. After we have a goal, simplicity is starting out with a good foundation. And for us, that foundation is owning and being strong in the sagittal plane, which is forward, backwards, and up and down.
Okay. So for those that don't know, when you are working out, you're always going to be either in one plane or a combination of planes. And think of like remember in, what was that, geometry, or no,
something like that,
X, Y, Z, that whole thing. So to just simplify that, because that's what we're all about today.
Yes.
What would be a couple exercises that would be, and why do we need to strengthen in sagittal plane? Explain that.
So if we don't own that sagittal plane, forward, that's basically what we do, right? We move forward, backwards, and up and down most of the time.
Okay.
If we don't own that position, it's going to be very difficult, at least safely, to be moving side to side or rotationally.
Okay, good.
So we need to own that position first in my mind. And it's simple to to build that.
Good. What are some moves that build the sagittal plane?
Your squats, your rows, your push-ups.
Okay, so
your deadlifts.
Push,
pull,
and up, down. Okay. So let's, when I went through the NASM training deal, we spent so much time on the squat, and I couldn't figure out why until, we're talking and we're like, well, you don't, like you say, if you don't build that sagittal plane, then everything else comes off that. And so Derek is just going to tell us a couple pointers on a basic squat. Why don't you talk us through it and then demo for us? Could you do that?
Yeah.
So what do I need to know if I'm at home? I'm like, hey, I want to start to do some squats. What do I need to watch for?
Okay, so the first thing to understand is all the videos you might see on squats don't necessarily mean that that's how your squat is going to look.
Okay.
So I think understanding that first is a big point. A lot of people come to us and we adjust their squat, and they look at us and they say, well, I thought I had to do it this way. It's not true.
Yeah.
So,
well, everybody's built differently. Everybody has
differently.
A different physical history. Like my Achilles tendons are really tight, so my squat's going to look very different than someone who's super flexible yogi. And so.
Yeah, and length, femur length, torso length. I mean, all that stuff.
Yeah, all of that.
But things to look at though. Back to the question.
Okay.
We want to see joints in alignment. So my knees and my toes and everything should be pretty much pointing in the same direction.
Okay, and is it straight forward or is it like a 10-degree?
The wider out your feet go, the more you're going to turn out.
Okay.
If we brought the skeleton over here, it'd be very hard to squat super wide with your feet straight.
I see. Good point. So you want to do what anatomically your body wants to do. Okay.
Yes, and that is going to be different for everyone.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a basic map of what a body looks like, but we all have some variances, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have my friend here take a couple steps back and show us how to do a squat.
I'll grab a dumbbell to make it even easier.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. Please say hello if you're checking in. I've seen some of you sign up there. So there he is. I'm going to come back. I'm coming back. There we go. Okay, perfect. And I'm just tilting down a little bit.
Yeah.
There we are.
So actually, I'll go in the front first.
Perfect. There's Derek. Say hi, Derek.
Okay, so the width you're going to have to experiment with to find out where your width needs to be.
Nice.
And like I talked about, if I got really wide and forced my toes straight ahead, I'm going to get stuck in my hips.
Okay.
I'm creating internal rotation at my hip joint.
Perfect.
It's not going to feel very good.
So you're saying the further apart you go, the more turned out almost
you're
you have to be.
You're almost going to have to be.
Okay, good.
To some extent, yeah.
Perfect. And so can you show me the hip bend, am I forward or do I want to keep my back super straight?
Again, we need to try to keep neutral.
Neutral spine.
When we're talking squats with load,
with
weight, we don't want the spine to be bending.
Okay,
That's not to say that you shouldn't be able to squat all the way down without weight and have things move.
Hi, Jennifer.
Because motion is important.
Motion is lotion. Motion is lotion. Make it happen.
But the torso, we should have somewhat, depending on the squat, somewhat vertical.
I like that.
And it depends on how the squat is. But
are you engaging your core when you
always
go down? Okay.
So bracing the core.
And
we explain bracing the core as if someone's going to hit you in the stomach.
Okay.
Just that feeling of just tightening up.
Okay. I'm going to say that again just in case we're too far from the mic. Everything we do is going to have an abdominal brace with it in some way, shape, or form, for the most part, for strength training. And so to do that, envision somebody about to punch you in the stomach and you have a natural tightening that happens, and that's a proper core brace, right? Okay.
It's the easiest way to think of it, yeah.
Good. Okay, so we were talking sagittal plane movement because we're trying to keep our workout simple, and if you're just getting started, you want to do sagittal plane movements, which is up, down, and push-pull, okay? And these are very functional moves that will take you into your elder years, getting up and down off a toilet, in and out of a car, and reaching stuff, pulling, pushing, right? Mm-hmm. So the second thing we're going to show you, lots of you know I'm a big TRX fan, so we decided to do a pull demonstration with TRX. So I'm going to just scoot you all back so we can show you our TRX stuff. I'm going to just swing around and show the gym while he's getting set up there. I'll give him a moment. Isn't this so cool? Okay, here we go. There he is. Perfect. Okay, and we've got good shot there. That is a TRX. And TRX is one of my favorite things, especially for people who are starting to work out. And there's so many things you can do, right? I used to have my 75-year-old mother doing stuff on here, so it's really great. So we are going to do a pull exercise, and can you show me or tell me what that's going to be all about?
So rows, pulling. Think rowing a boat. Any row, you're going to be pulling. So we want to work the back muscles.
Okay, so
right?
work in the back.
Gravity is going to pull us. We want to strengthen all those muscles in the back. That's a key point.
That's a very good point, because what do we do all day? We're on a computer, we're rounded, a lot of us.
Yep.
I'm going to go here.
So for the rows, the big points are understanding that we're trying to work these muscles in the back.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily trying to work my shoulder.
Okay, so this isn't necessarily shoulder. It's more of like you are working all the back muscles, which is going to pull this back. Okay.
So we want to make sure that as we do the row, we want to squeeze shoulder blades.
There we go.
So we want to have those shoulder blades moving.
Perfect.
Not this.
Ah.
Because we see a lot of
pulling in like this.
We see a lot of this versus this.
Okay, that's good.
So this
I might have been doing that a little bit wrong.
This isn't so much working those scaps.
Okay.
Now, and again, shoulders are going to dictate a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Where people are at.
And shoulder mobility is one of the most variable things I've ever seen in my whole life, because how much people can go here, how much people can go here, internal or external and internal rotation. So that really depends. But part of keeping it simple is working sagittal plane exercises first until you get solid and foundational on those.
Owning those is a key.
Yeah. Good.
The whole ABCs, learning your ABCs before you jump into calculus.
The A's of the ABCs before calculus.
Yeah.
Adding before calculus, right? Okay. So I know I had a couple other, we wanted to talk about simplifying the whole trainer selection thing, okay? Obviously, if you're local, you're just going to come here. That's super obvious. Decater Performance out in Issaquah, Preston area. But if someone is here from Michigan or whatever, what do you tell them? Where do they how to choose a trainer? How are all trainers created equal?
No.
Okay.
No,
Short
they're not
answer.
all created. Yeah.
Simple answer.
Simple answer. No. I think the most important thing with picking a trainer is one, making sure that you can actually sit down and talk with them.
Okay.
They should not come off like they know everything, one.
Okay.
Because this profession in general is always changing.
Yes.
We're always learning, and if they don't have that learning mindset, I would move forward, move on. Yeah. So, and then their goal needs to be your goal.
Yeah, good.
So if your goal is, we have someone who just started. The goal is to just be able to get up and down off the floor playing with grandkids.
Okay, good.
So if I put her on a bodybuilding program, that would be a poor choice.
Yeah.
We need to. So their goals need to be your goals. Is the second piece, and there needs to be a good rapport initially, because communication is key.
I think that's big, and I think people get intimidated. It's okay to break up with your trainer and move on.
Yeah.
If it's not going well from a personality standpoint, this is very important. You have a nice connection with the person you're working with. So I think that's a huge part. I also like your idea that it's not one size fits all. I've been in gyms where you see the same the trainer is doing the same thing with every client, and that's what I love about individualized group fitness, is that it's individualized. So I really like that. So can we talk a little bit about group fitness, because it's still kind of new, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about this next week, but this is such a great opportunity for people to come in, still have a sense of community, still have some level of personalized training.
Yeah.
So can you describe what happens here?
Yeah.
If I join up, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah. So here we do group training almost in two separate ways. We have our larger group training where we are creating one program for the group.
Okay.
And then within those programs, we're modifying for everybody.
That's awesome.
And then we also have our semi-private training, which you get the benefits of a group training atmosphere because it's you and 4 or 5 other people, but you're getting an individualized program. So one coach for 4 to 5 people, the coach is helping you go through that program, teaching you along the way.
Perfect.
So it's individualized with your buddies.
Yeah. I love that. And we were joking about, I don't need someone there standing counting off reps. Like 1, 2, 3. I don't, just tell me what I need to do, watch my form. And then I don't care if you help somebody else and then come back. Like, that's okay. So I think that is the beauty, because then you're not paying $150 a session, and you are still getting more than the benefit, because you have the community, you have the accountability. I love it.
And the thing that I really like about it is as you learn, as you become confident, you get better results. So it's not always a coach telling you what to do. You start to own your exercise, as opposed to showing up, punching the clock. Coach tells you what to do. You don't remember anything. You didn't learn anything. That's a huge piece of the puzzle for people in the gym. I mean, life too. It's a different video probably, but the confidence that you can do this. I
think that's great, because there's going to be times you're on vacation or times you're whatever, and you should still be able to pull from what you've learned from a trainer and say, oh, you know, I can do some things at home. I can do, you know, some of these things that I've learned, and I know I'm doing the correct form. So I think that's super key. So if somebody is like, look, I'm entry level, I just want to start doing some stuff at home, what do you recommend?
Some bodyweight squats.
Okay.
Work your legs.
Bodyweight squats.
You've got your push-ups, and now your push-ups don't have to be on the floor.
Ooh, yes.
Your push-ups can be on a chair.
Nice.
Hands on a chair.
Yep.
Hands on a table.
Okay.
I used to have my grandma do it with hands on the back of the couch.
Excellent.
You've got your planks.
Good.
You've got your bridges. Your planks can be on your knees.
Yep.
You're bridging, so getting some hip extension through bridges.
Good.
Those would be some foundational ones I think everyone should do. Your bird dogs.
Yeah.
Those are important ones.
I'll put some links below of just like, if you have no idea what a bird dog is, at least you can look at what one is. But we also were mentioning, like, you start with a basic push-up. There are all sorts of modifications you can do to make it easier or harder, so much so that, you know, you can do functional workouts at home forever. Like, I mean, you've got lots of opportunity to do that. Yeah, and I think another simplification thing we were talking about is, like, what are your recommendations on, you know, do I have to do 6 different intense workouts a week? Or, you know, what, as far as getting results, how many times do I have to work out a week? And what do I need to be doing for that?
So I think perfect world is you work up to 3 resistance training sessions.
Okay.
1 to 2 of your higher intensity days, and 1 to 2 slow cardio activity, like walking the dog, going for a hike.
Great.
Something that is low level exercise, movement.
Motion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where you want to start. So, but that doesn't mean that you start with 3.
Yeah.
Because we need to build up. Maybe you start with 1 a week, and then 2 a week, and then 3 a week, and you start to assess your tolerance and see where you are at for you, not what some magazine said or what I said.
Yeah. What your tolerance is. And Derek and I are going to be talking next week about intolerance and overtraining. So if you have questions about that, join us next week when we talk about that. Because that's super important too. If you're starting a workout routine and you're sore the next day, you have to know, well, is this good sore, bad sore? What do I need to work through it? Do I need to rest? So those are key questions too, which we're going to be answering next week, which is great. So let's talk a little bit about Decater Performance, because you have an offer for everybody local.
Yeah.
But this is, do you call it a group fitness facility then? Would you call it that, or is there a better name I can be using for that?
I would, if I had to put a name on it, I would say it is it is an individualized training facility.
I like that. Okay.
I just made that up.
Well, it's good. I like it. Go with it. I have had tons of patients of mine from my chiropractic clinic come here and have tremendous results. They hold their adjustments better. They get through their adjustment program more easily and stronger with better results at the end. So I have full confidence here, and it's fun. Everybody who comes here stays. I don't have anybody who came for a couple months and left. Most everyone is like a lifetime member because they have a lot of fun here and they get really great results. And so Derek is, what are we offering, Derek?
2 weeks, 2-week free trial.
Yes.
Come in, get your assessment first, because everyone needs to be assessed so that we can help you.
Perfect.
And then sit down and clarify those goals to keep things simple.
Yeah, I love that. So how we're going to do it is, if you would like to come and try out this awesome facility, just put the words 2 weeks in the comments and tag Decater Performance, Decater Performance, at Decater Performance, and they will get in touch with you and let you know when a good time to come in is and get your evaluation. And I do want to stress that again, the whole concept that you got to know your why. You got to know why you are here, because otherwise the professionals cannot design a program that's going to get you the results you want. So is it healing from an injury? Is it, you know, physique? Is it what, you know, some of the other things you mentioned? I think that's really important.
And it helps you not get frustrated.
Yes, it does. And your goal can change. Like once,
absolutely.
For my patients, once they sort of rehabilitated and were stronger in an injury, they're like, hey, I want to be way more cardiovascularly fit. And so Derek would be like, great, let's change your program. And that's completely dynamic and doable, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me see if we missed anything. I think we got it all. Overwhelmed, to keep it simple. Yes, we did. We nailed it. Do you have anything else to add, Derek? How many kids do you have?
2.
2. And how old are they?
8 and 1.
Oh, big split.
Yeah.
How does the 8-year-old handle that 1-year-old?
He does pretty good. He sometimes thinks the 1-year-old's like 5, though.
Oh, okay.
And
like,
tries to do too much.
Challenges him with a little bit more than he can handle.
Yeah. But no, they do
that.
great. He does great.
Oh,
he's a good big brother.
Good. Are they sporty?
They are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
If climbing on things and throwing things,
Yeah, I mean, that's the first stage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so 2 weeks. In the comments below, if you want to have a great opportunity to come here and just try things out for a couple weeks. I'm also going to put a link to the Change Cave, just more information on that. We're going to do a couple links to some of the exercises we commented on, and you will be seeing Derek again next week. We're going to be talking about overtraining and some other cool stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so pleased you came by. Please share this with other folks, and we will see you next Friday. Goodbye.
See ya.